Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we are live. I think we should be. If I just double check. If you are here, do drop a comment down below. I know a couple of people can join. I think there might have been a problem with the setup today. I think I scheduled it to go live tomorrow, not today. So let me just double check. YouTube. Want to make sure we're live. Um, so I'm just going to check. If you are here, do drop a hi down below. Honestly, this is the weekly Fast Track FBA YouTube live, and obviously we're doing on the Facebook group as well. Really just supporting you in your Amazon businesses. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know down below. I will just double check. I want to make sure my audio is working. Hello. Yeah, that sounds good. You're on there as well. And let me know. Jason says hi. Hi, Jason. Yeah, drop me the comments. If you've got any questions, anything I can do to help you with, is let me know. So that's something really important too. Yeah, I just noted this is live actually now, but it did actually say scheduled on the 14th, which is obviously like tomorrow, not today. So sorry, sound is fine. Fantastic. If you've got any questions, let me know. Honestly, if there's like anything I can help you with in your Amazon business, obviously I'll kind of give you questions. Or should I say answers down below. Let me just check. I want to just make sure I'm live on Facebook as well. So USA, I'm just gonna check the group because we go live in a Facebook group. Yeah, cool. I'm live. Yeah, so that's cool. So that's good. Yeah, that's all fine. So guys, if you've got any questions, do drop them down below. I appreciate there's a bit of a mix up with the scheduling, but not a problem. I'll give you an update on my business. What have we kind of gone through this week? So last week I posted it in my UK business. We managed to get £100,000 credit limit on my capital on tap, which I'm super excited about. Now, look, don't get me wrong, I don't need the money right now. I really don't. But what I am interested in the fact that it's about preparing yourself ready for the busy season, Q4, and like I had a conversation with Capital on Tap, and they're who we use for one of our credit providers in the UK. And very simply, what did they do is they just literally had a conversation and said, look, we use Amex a lot more than Capital on Tap right now, but I'm very interested in spending more money. And, I will, 1 second, drop your questions in the comments. I just want to put that in there. So if anyone joins in, they can do it. So drop your questions in the comments and I will answer them. But coming back to Capital on Tap, I had a phone call with them. I literally just said, like, hey, we don't need the money right now, but I would be very interested in Q4. And they were like, how much would you need? And she said, I had £50,000 limit. And I said, look, give me 100,000. I could probably spend that. That'd be fine. That'd be gone pretty quickly. So they literally, the lady went away, came back and said, yeah, can I get 3 months worth of, I think it was like, I just want to see your annual revenue for the year. So I sent it back and we'd done like 2.4 million ex VAT. And then they literally came back. I think maybe they asked for bank statements as well. So I sent them like last month's bank statement. That probably turned over, like showed £250,000 coming in and out of the account. So they were like, yeah, fine, sent that, not a problem. So really good. Got 100,000 on Capital on Tap. Super, super happy with that. And we're really just looking at like credit facilities now, things we're doing for credit cards, and making sure that it's kind of like getting ready. Yes, we're trading now. Yes, we're trying to grow the business, drive the ROI in our Amazon business. But I do think very much it's about having a bit more of a long-term plan. With me, I'm especially doing that. I've got a question come in and I will answer this, guys. If you've got questions, do drop them down below. So B Holmes FBA said, can you please speak about on leveraging credit cards and what point would be a good idea? So if the one thing I would always say about credit cards is, number one, you have to know your business is profitable. There's no point in we do, I'll wait for it to load. We've done like 95K so far this month. I don't know if you can see that. If I try and get me out, it might focus. Like, there you go, it's like 95K. But like, if you're not profitable, all you're going to do is just make debt. So number one, you've got to be profitable. Number two, I think, is the case that having like at least one BA is really helpful. The reason is you're just going to work harder. So like building a team is very helpful. And then what you're doing is you're increasing revenue. So if it was me, number one, profitable, number two, I'd have at least one BA. Or like even yourself, you can just start doing it. But really what we're trying to do is we're trying to take other people's money, which costs us. Let's say, for example, it costs 10% per year, 1% per month. That's 12%, I know, per year technically. Call it 1% per month. And then what we're trying to do is we're trying to use that money to make more money, which covers the debt that we owe, i.e. the 1% per month, and makes money. So let's say, for example, I can make 20% ROI after all costs put in 3 months' time. So I buy like Lego today, sell it, and make 20% ROI. Then I would really, then that means in 3 months, it would cost me 3% in interest, but I would make 20% on the money. So in theory, I'd be 17% up. So that works quite well. And if I can keep doing that, it works really, really well. A couple of things that you need to think about, and I really kind of think about it. There's an old saying, like, if you can't handle like 1,000, how can you expect to handle 10,000? So you've really got to like learn how to like manage money. So like Fast Track FBA YouTube channel, the cash flow sheet is game changing for us. It's really helped us out and helping to leverage and utilize that leverage. But then also as well, just like making sure that you're learning how to handle it small before you go and try and get a 100K loan. Like, it's not going to be helpful. So B Holmes, let me know if that answers your question down below. And you talked about like what's the minimum sales month you'd look for in a product. Or sorry, B Holmes, let me know if that answers your question down below. So JKDF, what's the minimum sales month you look for in a product? Here's a better question. What's the minimum sales per month that I would look for in a product that I can make? So like there might be a product selling 20 sales a month. You might be like, cool, but if there's 50 competitors, you're not going to be getting a look in. There's a slightly better metric that I really look at is minimum sales a month that I can make. So let's say, for example, 20 sales per month and there's 4 competitors. Let's say, for example, I come on, that makes 5. 20 divided by 5 equals 4 sales a month each. Now, I might go like 4. Let's call it like most people are like 5, for example. So let's say, for example, 5. Like the listing has 20 sales a month. There's 3 competitors. Add me, that makes 4. We're all selling 5. Cool. Now, that isn't the exact answer I'd look at. I would then take the 5 and I would multiply it by the profit per unit. So if I was making like £1, $1 per unit, well, that would be $5. And I'd be like, well, I'm not really bothered about making $5 a month from this product. It doesn't make a difference to me. But if it was like $5 per unit, then I'd be like, wow, okay, now I'm making $25 per month. And when we were doing the USA, I basically said I wouldn't even bother buying a product unless I made $15 per month from that product. So I'd look at not only the listing sales and how many competition there are and how much you make, but then also multiply that by the profit and then work out, is it worth you getting out of bed in the morning to come and make that amount of money? Like, what you've got to realize is every time you make a purchase, there's what's known as a transaction cost. So not only it takes time to process the purchase and to do it all, you've got to record it in your sheet, for example, like the USS maybe. And then also as well, you've got to go fetch the invoice, then you've got to do the reconciliation on the accounts. And then also as well, there might be like, well, that product might then cause you an IP complaint, or like it might have a problem with the supplier. Statistically, a certain percentage of them will have. So what you want to do is make sure that each product you're buying, every time you make a physical transaction, you're going to generate enough profit to make it worthwhile and obviously to deal with all the administration behind it. So that's the kind of way I deal with it. So doing about £15 per month, I think, per month in net profit you're going to make, gross profit, is a good idea. Hey, Tom. Hey, not sure who that is. Obviously, just on Facebook, but whoever you are, hi. Thanks for joining in. Let me know if you've got any questions down below. And JK, let me know if that answers your question down below. M. Gross. Hi, I'm UK-based, so opening the USA market with an LLC. Can I still get USA credit cards? You can, but you need to build a credit rating, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. I talk a bit about it in my Fast Track FBA USA course, but let's be clear, like after 1 year of trading and doing £500,000 in the US right now, I don't technically have a USA business credit card. I have a personal one, but I don't have a business one. So I can't really comment too much. We're in the process of doing it, but we don't have credit cards yet. And at a fundamental level, you've got to build your credit rating. That's the hard point. You can get it, but it's really hard. And the reason is long story short, if you want to know, they don't let you create a business credit card unless you have a personal credit rating, because that's how they do it. And which is a bit stupid because you don't have one. So first of all, you need to build a personal credit rating, then a business credit rating. Hope that makes sense. It's not exactly the answer what you do. The answer is yes, you can, but generally it's a lot harder. And even secured cards are even quite challenging. Manny Willied. How to hunt online arbitrage directly on Amazon. Please make a video on this. Moreover, please also make a video that you use tactical arbitrage. So I don't use tactical arbitrage, can't do that. If you want product hunting for arbitrage, got my YouTube channel playlist, Sourcing 101. There's like 20 at least. Watch that. Thanks for the question. Julia, hi. At what stage should you consider hiring a VA based on your personal experience? Number 1, business is profitable. Number 2, I know what I'm doing and I feel comfortable. Number 3, I have at least 1 hour per day free to deal with the VA. And then number 4 is that I have at least £4,000 in cash at the end of the week, every week, to invest in deals. Ideally 10,000, because you have to buy the deals that the VA is giving you. Cash flow them through the Amazon business. It takes a few months to buy and get them sold and the money back in your bank, and then pay the VA. So that's it. Really profitable business. Know what I'm doing. 1 hour a week, and ideally at least 4, but ideally up to 10k spare cash in the bank. And then hire a VA, and then you're happy. And do it through Fast Track FBA. Do it through our service. The reason is you get really great aftercare support. Like, you can hire a VA, but like things go wrong, maybe they're not working as fast or hard as they should. You can jump on a weekly live support call, which you can just have your questions answered by my team. And this is based on us hiring over 500 VAs, 250 clients. We know what we're doing. We can deal with your problems. And that's it. It's like when everything goes right, it's fine. But when you look at service providers providing VAs, it's really about the aftercare support that they do. Because hiring a VA isn't hard, but dealing with a VA when there's a problem, that's the real issue. It's the same thing with like a prep center. It's like, it's really easy to get a prep center, of course, but when a prep center goes wrong, that's when you really care. And it's like when a VA goes wrong, that's when you really care about going with the right provider. So choose Fast Track FBA, VA Academy. Hello, Bridget. Good to see you. Be Home sure does. Thanks, Tom. Cool. Glad I could help. Can you give your opinion regarding retail arbitrage versus online arbitrage? What's the best method in your opinion? If you're really struggling for cash, retail arbitrage is great. And if you really want to scale up quick and you're willing to work super hard, then I would keep doing retail arbitrage until you have more money than you can't spend. Because generally speaking, you get more profit per product on retail arbitrage because the competition's lower. But once you start having a lot of cash, or if you want to work remote, or if you've got a lot of cash that you can't spend in the hours worked, online arbitrage works so much better. Why? Because like it takes time to go to the shop to scan the products to do it all. Whereas like online arbitrage, you can hire VAs, you can use lead lists. They're just simpler. And like, and the one metric you probably want to think about is per hour worked, and then the other metric would be like net revenue per hour worked. And you'll make a higher percentage profit doing retail arbitrage if you've got lower amount of cash. But if you sat with like 10,000, 20,000, and maybe haven't got many hours, then online arbitrage is easier to spend the money. And really what you're trying to do is get an ROI on that money and maximize that. I hope that makes sense. For me personally, I'd always do online arbitrage just because I'm lazy. I don't really like scanning. It's not my favorite thing, but good money to be made. Really good money. People do really well. Danius. Hope I get that right. I'm really bad. Are generic items still worth selling on Amazon FBA? We only really sell branded items. Generic's a bit like, no, because I was like, no, we didn't like branded items. To be honest, I'll sell anything. If it makes money, I'll sell it. I don't really mind. So that's my answer. As long as it makes money, we're happy. And you're not going to get problems. Facebook user, Tom, I have a UK LTD company about to launch OA in the USA. This is being managed by a done-for-you service. I'm looking to start my own OA USA business. Do you know if I can use my EIN link to my LTD and use it with an LLC? No, basically, okay, look, I'm not a tax professional, but EIN is employer identification number, and that is linked directly to the entity. So if you have an LTD in the UK that's got an EIN, you can't use the same EIN for the LLC because it's a different entity. In addition to that, done-for-you services, personally, I don't like them. I really don't. Because if something goes wrong with that done-for-you service and you lose your account, i.e. they buy bad products, don't bother dealing with like IP complaints, you can lose everything. Like you can lose everything. Just be very careful. I never do done-for-you services. It's not something that I like. But yeah, you need a different EAN. But hey, cool. Let me know how you get on. We find the USA is really good right now. Bridget, for a first-time seller, how many products do you recommend them selling? Like top tip for you, like if you've got like, let's say for example, you've got £1,000 to invest, like I'd probably recommend putting between maybe like ideally £50 per product invested, or maybe like maximum of £100. Never go more than that, because like if you've got £1,000 or $1,000, like I know you want to buy more, but like let's just be ideal. Like you're gonna make mistakes. Things are going to go wrong. Maybe the market's going to go bad. Like you didn't make a mistake. Things just conspired against you, i.e. like too many competition. And the net result is that you now, if you put all your money in like 3 or 4 products that look great, the market might change. And now like, oh, you're not going to make any money. So let's just be clear. Like when you're a first-time seller, your goal, like my goal would be to learn the business model more than drive profits. Like you might find a super profitable item, be like, wow, I should do loads of this. Be like, look, slow down a second, just learn the whole business and learn like what goes wrong and diversify. Like you could do everything right and still lose all your money because you buy the best products and all of a sudden you bought 4 of the best products, all your money invested. Amazon come on and then literally crash the price. And now you either got to hold on and incur storage fees, which is going to cost you money, and maybe Amazon never come off the next year, or you sell at a loss, which means you're going to lose money. So diversify, like don't worry too much about growing the profits yet, learn the business model. The next stage is then turn that business model into profitable. Once you do that, then it's about scaling up. But like, first of all, you've got to understand it. So how many products, I wouldn't say, I don't know how much your investment is, but like 50 to £100, $100 max per product. That's all I'd say invest. So if it's a £10 product, $10 product, buy 5, maybe 10, but I wouldn't go any more than that. Like 5 of each, you're happy. B Holmes, please let me know when we can find Fast Track FBA cash flow sheet. Yeah, just type it, go to YouTube, Fast Track FBA YouTube channel, type in cash flow. There's like 3 videos on it, and every single one of them has a link in the description. You can get it there. I won't lie, it does cost. It's £30, about $40. But trust me, it's great. I use it every single week, and without it, my business would not have scaled as fast. It's one of the core components of it. YouTube channel, check that out. JK, fantastic answer. Cool. Glad I can help. Hit the thumbs up if you think I give some good answers. You should let the YouTube algorithm know. Hit the thumbs up. What is the maximum BSR you look for in the product? UK generally 100,000, USA generally 250, but big caveat. My God, if it's going to make me money, I talked about earlier, if you are sourcing and like, it's kind of like what's the minimum sales a month or minimum listing? It's like, I look at how many sales I will make and I'll multiply that by the profit. So let's say, for example, if there is a 300,000 sales rank in the UK or USA and it's selling 1 or 2 per month, now normally I wouldn't do that. But once if I'm making 10, 20 or like $20, $50 profit on it, I'm like, ooh, no competition, or like there's only a merchant fulfilled and I'm FBA, I can come in, sell this, make a nice cool $30. But when we talk about that transaction cost, I said before, I generally don't want to get out of bed before, like, I don't want to make a purchase unless I know I'm going to make $15 per month out of it. Otherwise, I'm just making more admin than it's worth. So the transaction cost of that product, which is 300,000 sales rank, or should say the profit on it, will be like $30 for one product. Well, now that's more profitable than maybe something at 200,000 sales rank with more competition. So generally 100,000 UK, 250 US, but I will go outside of that, and there is a reason. Look at that cost, how much profit you're going to make per transaction. It's really important. ABC, in a nutshell, would you recommend FBA or FBM? Apples and oranges. Like, I think FBA is easier. If you're going to start, go do FBA. Like, yeah, you're paying 1/3 of the money to Amazon. People go, oh my God, how do you do that? You're like, well, 15% of all fees go to Amazon anyway. That's the fee for paying on the marketplace. You'll pay that regardless of FBA versus FBM. But the other kind of like 15% goes to the FBA fee. But like, my God, you're either going to pay it to Amazon or you'll pay it to like Royal Mail or like the Postal Service. Like you have to get it shipped somehow. And interestingly enough, like FBA is super cheap and you get so many more advantages and they're like so many more pros. So like, if at the end of the day, like anyone can make a business complex. Bill Gates talked about this. It's like, or like Einstein talked about it, that any fool can make something complex. It takes a smart person to make it simple. And if you want to ask me, like, you want to focus on like scaling your business, growing bigger, doing more, FBA allows you to do that. FBM is just more headaches. And by the way, going to the post office, shipping, doing that doesn't really add value. Like, if you've got a warehouse and you can make efficiencies, cool. But scale up with FBA, get a certain volume, and then make it worthwhile that you move over to FBM if it's worthwhile for you. For me, it's not. I'm not interested. Hey, I get to travel the world. I'd much rather do that than pack packages. Can you explain how you pay your VAs to ensure both parties are held accountable at their ends of the transaction, please? Oh, super simple. So we use TransferWise. We do it at the VA Academy. You literally you pay TransferWise. TransferWise will email the VA, ask them to put their bank details in, and then transfer it to them. It's really simple. Like, we do 70 VAs twice a month. Really, really simple. Just use Wise. They do the best like conversion rates as well. So use that. Don't use PayPal. It's really bad. Hope that makes sense, B Holmes. Mum, what do you do if Amazon did not manage your FBA shipment correctly? One of the ASINs had no event you checked in, whereas I know there were 5. So a couple of top tips. I know from a prep center, if you have video of you packing the box, you can send them that and they'll find it. Another one you can do is show the purchase invoice that you purchased these items and then provide that, and then they might reinvestigate it. Also as well, the one that I'd probably do first is look at the boxes, look at all the items in the box. And let's say, for example, there were 10 items, 5 from this unit and 5 from the other one, and each item weighed 100 grams. So if you did 100 grams times by 10 items, that should be 1 kilogram. So the box should weigh at least 1 kilogram. So obviously, hopefully when you shipped it with UPS, you actually put in the true weight and you didn't make it up. Then the idea is you can say, well, look, you checked in 5 items, and they're 100 grams each, so that's 500 grams. And then these 5 items, which I said I sent, and you haven't checked in, well, there should be another, basically like 1 kilogram got shipped, but only 500 grams of items got checked in. We're missing 500 grams. And that equates to exactly what the weight of those missing products are. That's generally how they do their reconciliation, and you should do that as well. That's one of the really important things about making sure that you put in the correct box weights, because when you do reconciliation, it causes so many problems. I think within my company, we don't really get too many problems, but we're very, very particular about this. So I hope that makes sense. Box weights, photos, videos of packing the boxes, and then finally invoices as well. Systemized fulfillment, if you want to know, they automatically video all the boxes, and people have used those being packed, and people have used those videos to get claims back. So check out Kev Bladburn, Systemized Fulfillment Prep Center. They're really good. Ross P, just hired a VA from Fast Track FBA, and the first day was today. Seems like a really nice and helpful as I was looking forward. Fantastic. Hey, honestly, really, really glad we could help out, and thank you for choosing us. I think it's a really, I think you'll really enjoy it. And I think not only it's just about like the VA, they're great people. You're building a team now, but also you've got the aftercare support. Join the weekly calls. That'll be tomorrow. That'll really help out. There's kind of else jump on. So Julia, how to scale quickly if you're starting out as an FBA in less than 6 months? Look, I won't lie. It's 2 things. This is it. It's money, because it's an e-commerce business. It's a trade business. It eats money. So by that, we mean cash and credit, for example. So if you have one or the other, it doesn't matter. It's just available cash. And then the other one is the ability to invest that cash into products which you can resell. That's it. If we look at a UK business, we really just scaled it because we had VAs. I hired 3 VAs straight from the get-go. But also we had the cash to invest. I put a lot of cash in there. And that's how we scaled. I think the question for you is what does scale quickly? I think in my first 6 months, we probably did like 100K. And then in the next 6 months, we did another 400K. So you can do it. Hopefully in the next 6 months, we'll do 1 million, or 500K to make it 1 million total. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that answers your question down below, Julia. And if it does, give us a big thumbs up. David, hey Tom, amazing stream. Cool, thank you. Hit the thumbs up if you like it. What's going on out there? What starting capital would you suggest for UK sales starting for the Fresh and Amazon USA? Thanks. Okay, so long story short, Fast Track FBA / getting started in USA. It's a course I created, $100. Just buy it. Honestly, to make your life easier. So we say to get an LLC and to get all the relevant things that you need to get set up is about $600. You do need an accountant, but we show you who the accountants are and the top trick to save you probably like $5,000-6,000 in the first year's fees, because there's some stuff you can do. Now, the next one to think about is it's about $600 minimum setup fee for LLC, and I'd really recommend that, and a bank account and everything else you need. Fast Track FBA, / courses, you'll see the Getting Started in USA. Just buy it. Honestly, it's only £97. And then the final one is then how much to invest. If you're going to ask me, I think you probably ideally want, look, it's a longer shipping and delivery times and everything in the US. So like if you ask me, I think you're probably going to want like minimum £3,000 or $3,000. Like I think 5 would be about ideal. If you can get 10, like really, really good. But I just think you're going to struggle, because if I put it this way, accountants in the US are significantly more expensive in the UK. In the UK, we pay probably like $250. In the US, that's pounds. In the US, we pay like $900 per month, by the way. Now, you don't have to do that straight away. You can wait, and I'll show you some tips in the course on how to deal with this and to reduce that cost down. But at the end, you are going to have to pay it. So if you're only starting with $3,000, for example, by the time you've done like nearly a year's trade, all your profits every month are going to get wiped out by the accountant. So that's why I'm like 5,000 ideally, if not 10. That'd be where I want to be at. So just be mindful of that. That's what I think. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, David. Let me know down below. And thanks for the amazing stream comment. Hit the like button if you like it. Or more? I'm not forgetting that right. I want to do online arbitrage online in the UK. My Amazon account is open, but I haven't found a product or a supplier yet. What should I do and how should I start? Great question. Very common. 1 second. So my top tip for you is, number 1, Fast Track APA YouTube channel, top 100 suppliers. Download the link there. It's a free top 100 suppliers. That's going to give you the top 100 online arbitrage suppliers that we use statistically. Number 2, Fast Track APA YouTube channel, go to playlists and then go to Sourcing 101, watch the sourcing playlists, and then apply those sourcing techniques on those suppliers and you'll find deals. And the reason why I say that is because that's what we do. So even now, we have those suppliers and more, but like they are the top 100 suppliers and they work. So follow them, check them out, and do that. That's it. Really, really simple. And also as well, allocate at least like 4 hours a day. Now you might be like, oh my god, I've got like a job, I can't do it. But like if you like, you've got to get like 8 hours plus 4 equals 12. You've got to get used to doing a lot of work. And like if you're only going to do an hour a day when you're first starting, it's going to take you like months, if not a year, to get where you need to be. Like the more work you can put in the front end, the better you're going to, the quicker you'll get there, the quicker you get the results, and the quicker you'll probably like leave your job. So I'd really recommend that. Just like hours, like every weekend, every evening, make up at 6 a.m., do some work, go into work, do some sourcing, go into work, do your work, come home, carry on sourcing, go to bed, wake up. Like if you do that and you work super hard, then you'll build a business quickly. Like that would be my thing. I have my advice. Let me know if you get any more questions. If not, give me a big thumbs up. Bridget, do you recommend first-time sellers using a prep center or do self-prep? Any recommendation of good prep centers? Okay, so I'd probably recommend just get your first couple of products shipped to your house, just do some prep, ship it off. It's good to see the process. I think it's really important because when you're doing prep centers. Number 2 is I would really look at like, what do you call it? Yeah, I'd really look at doing prep centers. Prep centers? My God, I'd really look at then doing it yourself. And the question is like, if you run out of money every week and you still have time, okay, keep prepping yourself. But if you run out of time every week and still have money, you should be moving to a prep center. Why? Because you're wasting your time prepping. It's not adding value. Sourcing and buying adds value to your business. So if you've got time left at the end of the week and no more money, prep. But keep doing that until you run out of money, you run out of time, and you've still got money left, then move over to get a prep center. I'd also like, a lot of people talk about like buying a storage unit or getting a storage unit doing the prep itself. Like storage units are generally like £300 per month, for example, or $300, and then you've got to like add on like the box fees and everything else, and then also factor in your time. And once you start doing that, you're like, it's just not worth it. You could have got it all prepped for probably a cheaper cost per unit than you're doing it yourself in the storage fee, and then had your time back. It's just not worth it. So yeah, recommendations for prep center. 2 I'd probably look at: systemize fulfillment. Kev Blackburn, saw him up north. He's in Scunthorpe, really good, and he does a video recording. I really, really like that. And then another one which we use as well, actually, for our wholesale side, We Prep FBA. Check them out; they're good as well. So they're really good systems and good processes. But yeah, do that. Let's kind of go through. Let me ask you, Bridget, if that answers your question, let me know. Julia, hi. In order to sell in the USA marketplace, which are the requirements in terms of residency, limited company address, etc.? Do we need people working for them, or can you run the business from abroad? So I run mine from abroad. I don't live in America. You can run a US Amazon selling account, yeah, technically through a UK company if you want to. There's no problem there. No problem doing that. I don't know about as a person. I'm sure you can. You're still an entity, should we say? You're still a legal business, even if you're a sole trader. Personally, if it was me, if you're going to do OA, you don't need residency in the US. You can create an LLC in the US. And you don't need people working in the US to create a company there. So to give you an idea, I have an LLC in the US. We've done $500,000 in sales, and the whole goal is the business itself is a US based company, and we have an LLC. Again, just Fast Track FBA / courses, or like just go to the courses and then you go like Fast Track FBA, go to resources and courses. And then getting started on USA, it's £97. It teaches you how to create an LLC in the USA. Trust me, it's the best way. And the reason why I say that is because, yeah, you can do it from the UK, but like 60-70% of USA suppliers will not accept credit cards, debit cards with a foreign registered billing address. So you just can't buy from them. And if you're going to do OA, yeah, you got to be buying from a lot. You want to maximize the number of suppliers, not reduce them down. So to lose 70% of the potential suppliers just because they won't accept international credit cards or registered billing addresses, that's a problem. So yeah, I would get the course and create a USA LLC. That's what I did. I found it really, really good. Hope that makes sense, Julia. Let me know down below. Guys, if you've got questions, drop them down below. So I'm really happy to help. I've got about 29 minutes remaining. So I'm here to support you. DAA, what's the best app for RA? If you're going to have a look at Fast Track. Look at Seller Amp. I do really like that. They have a Chrome extension and an app for RA on your phone, so you can like scan beep beep beep. It works really well. So I like that. Yeah, Seller Amp. I like it. I don't do RA, so I'm just talking about what I hear, and I think it's a good one. So people talk quite highly of that one. Oh, sorry, kind of going through BHomes. At what point did you personally stop sourcing and pass those to your VAs? Years ago. Years ago. Good question. Maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, so like, if look, it's really hard to talk about my UK business. If I talk about my USA business, obviously I know what I'm doing. So like, we hired 3 VAs from the day one, and I started using Fast Track FBA leads. That's the leads we provide for the US. I did it for about a month, and then I moved over to the VAs because they were ready, and they found all the deals and just kept getting the feedback. And the reason why I did that was because I realized that if I spend time sourcing myself, it's only as good as today, and then tomorrow I have to keep doing it. But if I spend the same time developing my team, they will get better and better and better. And then tomorrow and the day after, next week, next month, next year, I won't have to do this again. So I built the team. So long story short, probably about in the USA, after 1 month, I stopped even like reviewing even lead services. I did all my VAs. I think it was after 5 months, I stepped out of purchasing. I was just doing purchasing. I stepped out of that and then handed over a purchasing manager full time. That was it. Maybe 6 months. That was it. So like we were done. So I hope that makes sense. It depends on you. Like what you understand is I knew what I was doing. Like I wouldn't like. I reckon if you're going to hire your first VA, you should know how to source. You should know what you're doing. But I know what I'm doing, and also I have big teams, so I know what's going on. So I hope that makes sense. EUB34. Most important trait of an Amazon virtual assistant that you're looking for. Good question. When I look at recruitment, what do we look for in recruitment? Is okay, what do I look for when I recruit a VA? I'm looking for a VA with a strong work history, long-term employment in jobs. I'm looking for them because I want to know that they're not going to switch to different jobs. Also, so I want to see that they haven't worked multiple jobs because I don't want them to work multiple clients. And I want them to think about this as a long-term job, not like a quick thing. Also, as well, in addition to that, I want them to like the salary expectations in line with what we're offering. Not like they want, I don't know, 35,000 and I'm offering 25. That's not going to work. So that's something really important to understand. And then, yeah, I think that would probably be it. So once we've got that, then I'm pretty happy. Then after that, I think it's just the ability to work hard, dedication, listen, learn, and that's it. Like, but before we even get into like training, understanding the learning, they've got to be the right person. So like willingness to learn, kind of keen and eager, maybe going above and beyond. That's what I quite look for. But then I do look at the work history. So I hope that makes sense. It's not like there's not one thing in any isolation that I ever look for. Let's kind of go through where we got now. Bridget, hey, hashtag good vibe. Cool. Hope you're enjoying this. If you are, give me a big thumbs up. Hey, I love a good thumbs up on the YouTube algorithm. Well, hey. Right, and join me every week. I'm here every week, these times on Monday. Even next week. I'll go back to UK next week. Right, next one, DAA. I'm new to FBA. How many hours should I spend each day on sourcing? As many hours as you possibly can. And I will not, like, if you can spend 8 hours on sourcing, spend 8 hours on sourcing. Like, look, let's be clear. If in a day you go to work and work an 8-hour day and it takes an hour to get there, an hour to get back, and you need another hour for lunch, and then you're thinking like, right, well, I've got like 4 hours in my afternoon, my evening, before I go to bed, so I'm going to spend 2 hours sourcing, then I'll watch some TV. No, stop watching TV, source. Like, because what's interesting, if you spend 2 hours sourcing and 2 hours watching TV, what's going to happen is that your destination, which is a profitable business, which you can, should we say, maybe get out of your company or work and replace with your business, is going to take twice as long because you're spending half the amount of time. Like, I won't lie, if you want something, like there's a saying, it's something like, it's like, maybe it's like Gandhi. I think he said something like, it's something like actions show priorities. And it's kind of like, every minute of every day, look at what you're doing. If you're sat there watching TV, then it shows what your priority is. And it might be like, well, if I'm watching TV, I'm doing like, my God, I don't watch TV. I don't have time. So it's up to you. Like, and I get it. But like, if you want to change your, like, and there's another saying, it's like, if you want what you haven't got, you need to do something you haven't done. So if you keep doing what you've always done, you get what you've always got. Like if you keep watching TV, you're going to keep getting the same result. But like if you're like, right, I'm going to stop watching TV and replace that with sourcing because I'm building this business, this is where I'm going. 1 year's time, here's where I'm going to be. Then you're doing something different, you're going to get a different result. And hopefully that's going to be the result you're after because you're working towards it. There's another one that I love quotes. They're like, you know, life is what happens to you. Life is what happens to you while you're trying to like achieve your dreams. And it's kind of something like, if you don't bother working towards your dreams, you'll never get that. Like if you just let life happen, it will happen. Like life will happen regardless. But if you focus on your dreams and do that all the time, your dreams will come true. Hopefully your dreams are like building a business, doing something. Hence why you're here asking the question. So how many hours? As many hours as you possibly can. My God, like if I can spend, you know, if I was going to again, I'd spend like 14 hours a day sourcing, 2 hours a day purchasing, and sleep the rest. And like I'd be sourcing whilst eating. Hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to be mean, but I hope you get the whole point. But good question, but I hope you understand. Julia, thank you so much for your answers, Com. Cool, glad I can help. Let's kind of jump through. Guys, if you've got questions, drop them down below. I have 23 minutes remaining. What advice do you have to keep motivated? I'll tell you a top thing. Just go on your thing right now. Like go on your computer, load up Microsoft Word, and go get like 4 pictures. Maybe 4 pictures of where you want to be in a month's time. Like maybe it might be like go find someone else who's got like the what they called the yellow lines and be like, right, like in 1 month's time I want 1 million, I want 100,000. Put that as one of the 4 pictures. In 1 year's time, that's where I'm going. 1 year's time also as well. Maybe you want to travel first class. Like I'm flying back first class and I'm paying £250 for it. It's all Avios points. So a first class flight international. Maybe it's like you want to come meet someone. Like I'm going to go meet this person, and then finally I want to do this. So like get that every day, stick it up on your like right behind your computer, or maybe on like the mirror in your bathroom. And every day when you wake up, you look at it and go, I am going to do that today. That is what I'm doing. And then like work your way backwards. Like every month, where do I want to be? What do I want to achieve? And like have that plan and work towards it and see success. And then the other one is like just think about your environment. Like let me ask you the quick question. If you surround yourself with people who work in Walmart, or should you say like Asda, for example, versus people who are like 6 and 7 figure, 8 figure Amazon sellers, and you want to be an Amazon seller, which group of people do you think are going to keep you more motivated? Well, I'd probably guess the 6 and 7 figures. They're going to be telling you about what's going on. You're like, man, I want to be doing this. I want to be doing this. This is cool. Whereas the Walmart people will be like, yeah, I've got nothing against people in Walmart. It's absolutely fine. But like, your environment equals destiny, another quote. And the idea is you've got to like really just be very mindful of the environment you're spending in, like where you're spending. And even don't get me wrong, Facebook groups are great, but just be mindful. Like if you're in a group and it's a bit negative and a bit like problem, be like, no, cool, I'm going to move away from that. Maybe it's the case you go find like 3 or 4 other people who are doing Amazon, create a mastermind, and every week you're holding each other accountable to keep yourself motivated and driving forward. Like all of this is free, but I would watch like, maybe, Tony Robbins talks about this. I don't do it, but I think it's really good. Wake up in the morning, watch a motivational video. Like first thing you wake up, don't check Facebook, don't do anything. Motivational video, play, right. I'm going to wake up. Today, I'm smashing the world. And that's it. Measure your results. And I think you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Bill Gates talks about it. It's something like we overestimate what we can do in 1 year. We underestimate what we can do in we overestimate what we can do in 1 month and underestimate what we can do in 1 year. And it's so true, something like that, but it's incredible. Like my girlfriend's asked me, like, where will you be in 3 years? I was like, darling, 3 years ago, I'd never believe where I am today. I cannot begin to imagine where I'll be in 3 years. I barely can imagine where I'll be in 1 year. That's exciting. Move on. Gaming Mama, do you have beginner VA packages? We offer beginner VAs, yeah. So if you are a VA wanting to become a VA, you can apply to us, fasttrackfba.com. You go to the jobs under resources, or you can hire a VA from us. Yeah, definitely we can do that. Shane O'Dyer, opinion on leads list. Hopefully you're opening yourself up to more competition press drops. Interesting. I think they're really good. Like I think they have their place. let's just look at like a more of this, like I provide leads, fasttrackfba.com/leads UK and USA. We do like, you get to pick and choose the leads rather than have a list, should we say? Quite unique. And let's be very crystal clear in the fact that if I look at it statistically across what I see across different sellers, big sellers, 7-figure Amazon sellers don't use leads lists. And I understand that. Why? Because they have VAs. 6-figure Amazon sellers, mid to high, definitely won't. They'll be the same as 7. Low 6 figures, maybe. You can definitely build a 6-figure Amazon business off leads lists alone, but you'll probably transition to VAs and then do that. You build a team. There are advantages to it. But under 6 figures, definitely, I think leads lists will be really helpful, and especially if you're getting started, I think leads lists are really, really useful. Why? They give you stores to source from. They show you what deals look like. They show you like things to think about. They get you out of your comfort zone. Like, oh, I only ever source like cat food. Oh my God, there's Lego here. I never think about that. That looks like a really good deal. I might buy it. So the leads list will help you with that. Yes, there's potential competition, but like, just be careful about your leads list. Track them, see what the results are, and see what works for you. The USS, if you want to know, there's a link down there, the ultimate sourcing sheet. Whenever you buy something, it's a really good sheet. It's got an API connection to Amazon. It changes the game in regards to giving you feedback on your deals. And fundamentally, what does it do? You put all your purchases in there. It's like a purchase sheet. It does so much more. And what it does analytics on them as you build out your purchases. It tells you what suppliers are working for you, what ASINs are really good for you, what sources are good for you. And in particular, what you can do is you can put like a source of like tactical arbitrage, leads lists. You can even tag them by VA. And then you can do analytics on like, of all the deals I'm buying from this leads list, what's the average ROI? You know, are they profitable? Are they achieving the profit I expect? Are they not? And the really good thing about that is we have, what we do a lot of right now is we find good deals, and they are good deals when we find them, but it doesn't mean they're good deals when they sell. And what really matters is when they sell. So if you are doing lots of different leads lists, have a look at the USS, and you can book in a free 30-minute call, by the way. But the whole point is you can like get 4 leads lists, choose the deals you want, put them in the USS, tag them to what leads list you bought them from, and then track the results at the point of sale. And exactly what you're saying, competition price drops. Like, you might find that some leads lists say, oh, we only share with 5, and like, wow, every single deal I buy from here has 50 sellers come online, and like, I've never made profit from any of the deals. Like, while they all look good, they might not work. So just be careful, track the data. That's the important part. But I hope that makes sense. I think they're helpful. I think they work, and we certainly do them as well. Julia, just a little curious, when you first started Amazon FBA, were you doing it on your own when we had a business partner? I'm doing it on my own and wondering if this was... Yeah, 100%. I own all my companies 100% outright, and I did it on my own, and I still do. I built a team. I won't lie that. And by the way, it doesn't mean you can't get in a mastermind. It doesn't mean you can't get together with like some other business owners and share ideas and thoughts and work together. You'll trust me, you'll do it. I do it now. Like, oh my God, like I talk to 6-7-figure Amazon, 8-figure Amazon sellers all the time, and we just learn from what they're doing. And like, that's how we get better, because we're learning. So, but we all own our own companies, but we do share. So get out there and share. Like, it really helps you out. 15 minutes, guys. Drop your questions down below. I promise you I will answer them. Hi, what do you think about RA? It's cool. Just be very careful. Like, I think it's really good. Great to start off with. Just be very mindful of getting the correct receipts. There's there's a video I created, like invoices, receipts, what you need to know. Watch it. You can't get the little one where it says like generic toy £5. That won't work. If you get an IP complaint, you're buggered. But you can get the ones which say the actual proper item by name, barcode. That's fine. Amazon generally accept them. But the generic ones, not good enough. But I think it's fine. Like, lots of people do really well on it. At what stage do you think of scaling? Every day scaling. My God, scaling, what is scaling? Define that. Is it like buying more products, getting a credit card? We're always just kind of like more money, more products, more staff to spend, to find more products, to spend the more money, and just keep doing that. That's it. Maybe once that's going really well, we hired an ops manager to grow the UK. Then we hired the USA. So like now the USA is done. We've also started with scaling. So we're now doing wholesale. We'll do Germany like this year or next year. We're doing so much more, but like always scaling, always thinking about it. Strategic. B Holmes, how do you protect your personal confidential information when hiring a purchasing manager? You might want to define what you mean by that, but if you mean like credit cards, you don't. You just give them the credit cards. Like, they can't buy something without knowing the credit card details, so you have to trust them. So, hi, Mr. VA, I trust you, Mr. Purchasing Manager. Here's my credit card. Please go to town. What you also want to do is make sure that you incentivize them so that they don't run off with your credit card and it's not worth it. So, you know, like run really good incentive schemes, pay them well, treat them really well, and you'll be fine. my longest term purchasing manager, 4 years, I think, now in the company. Long time, 4 years. 4 years ago, I've met him in person. So yeah, I'll meet him again hopefully this year. Yeah, like just got to trust and protect. English with me. Can you do anything about refunds due to Amazon losing inventory? Does this affect my buy box? It shouldn't affect your buy box. If Amazon loses inventory, it has no relevance to buy box. But refunds, yeah, you've got to chase it up, provide invoices, show evidence that you shipped it in. If they lost the inventory, you got to do it. You just keep chasing, keep chasing, keep chasing. Seller toolkit we use, quite good for it. I like it. Bridget, how do we ask for reviews as new Amazon sellers who never sold before? Is this process automated? Top tip for you, there is a video on the Fast Track FBA YouTube channel called How to Get Seller Reviews. Just like go to the channel and look for it. It's probably about a year and a half old. Still works. You go to basically get my link for Seller Board. It's like a P&L software. If you use my link, you get 2 months free, whereas with them, you only get 1 month free. And if you go direct, you get 1 month too with me, my affiliate link. And then the next one is they have the ability to send an email to the customer, which is fine, asking for a review. But what you do is you change that email from a product review to a seller review. That's really important because you don't care about product reviews. The Lego product you're saying has got enough. What you are interested in is the seller review. That's super, super important. So I think for you, like, just do that. Watch that video. That'd be really, really helpful. Let's kind of go through. Julia, hey, how and where to record expenses and credits in the most efficient, meticulous way? Xero accounting software. That's what we do. Like we use Xero. It's like £30 a month. We have to. When you get over the VAT threshold in the UK, 85,000, you have to because you need to do what's known as making tax digital. So do that. In the UK, in the US, we use QuickBooks, but you can use Xero as well. Personally, I prefer Xero. I think it's nicer, but QuickBooks works. But yeah, accounting software. That's what it's there for. Right, 12 minutes. I'm going to have to fire through these. You're doing some good jobs. And if you like the answers, give me a big thumbs up. Everyone loves a good thumbs up. And thank you for joining. Thank you for your time. My God, you guys are busy. Do you hire Amazon virtual systems that are beginner? Yes, we do. Like no job experience outside Amazon. Yes, we do. And the first job, yes. What is the youngest age? I think 18 we generally go to. We won't go lower than that. Maybe like 21. I think it's 21 out of university we generally do. But yeah, we do hire them beginner and we train them up. We've done 500 VAs and I'd probably say like 90% have no Amazon experience. So yeah, absolutely fine. Gaming mama, single mum. So the fire and hunger for success is definitely here. Damn right. Get out there, start smashing it, get networking, work your ass off. Like, you know what hard work is, and I know that. And make it happen. Like, honestly, this is your dream. This is your life. You bring it to life. You know, that struggle, that's part of it. Like, you've got to go through it. Like, anything easy in life isn't worth it. It's the challenge which makes it worthwhile. So keep on. Good luck. Let us know how you get on. Come back and ask questions. Spot on. We always overestimated the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think you got the quote which I was trying to say, but yeah, you're so right. It is the quote. Yeah, I completely agree. Like we, short term we kind of think too much, and long term we go way off the track. And even if you think about like the 1% improvement every day, like wow, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. And hey, if you watch my journey, like my God, like 2 years ago I was doing like 300,000 a year. Now we're doing 3 million. And by the way, I do less work now than I did then. Absolutely incredible. Let's keep going through. So how do cashback work and how do I utilize this? Two parts, really. Cashback credit cards. We use Amex and Capital and Tap in the UK. fasttrackfba.com/tools. You'll see all my cashback and my credit card links. Get them. Trust me, they're really, really good. Capital and Tap, Amex, we generally use. They're the best ones. And then in cashback websites in the UK, Top Cashback and Quidco. In the US, Rakuten and Top Cashback generally. There's a lot more in the US. It works really well. So that's it, and then you just get cash back and you cash it out and take it. Super simple. Just there's a video. Do Fast Track FBA YouTube channel. Watch my videos. There's some top tips on like how to make sure that your cashback tracks from the website the most. That's a very important point. You want to make sure it tracks. Right, we've got 10 minutes. Guru Investor, do you recommend a mastermind that's low cost and effective? I think if you look at the end of the day, we talked about it earlier on. We've got gaming mama here. Now she's going to be working hard. She's a single mom. She's got to go on. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Where are we coming back to? Right here. Now, there are masterminds that you can buy into, definitely. But if you are getting started out, I would really recommend just trying to find 5 people that you can work with, create a mastermind yourself. Like, yes, you can buy into them, and I'm in some masterminds that I create, but generally speaking, if you are starting out, it's going to be a real challenge. And there's a lot of people offering good masterminds. It doesn't necessarily mean they're good. Like, just go find some people who are getting started and like keep asking questions, holding yourself accountable, and maybe set some rules for it. Look, watch some YouTube videos, how to create an effective mastermind, set some rules. Everyone turns up every week and they engage. If they don't, they've got 2 chances and then they're out. That's it. And that's accountability. And it's like, my God, you're either doing this business seriously or not. And you can create a mastermind yourself. You don't need to pay for it. But if you do want to pay, obviously look around. But like, I don't know of any actual paid for Amazon arbitrage masterminds. I know of non-Amazon arbitrage masterminds, but there are like communities you can pay for. But like, at the end of the day, I think you can create yourself. I'm in masterminds whereby they're business, but they're not Amazon arbitrage related. So hope that makes sense. I think if you hustle, and you'll be much better for it. Maybe just go on the Fast Track FBA Facebook group and just go, hi guys, I'm interested in creating masterminds. Anyone interested? Like, I'll be like, cool, fine. Like, and I think that's cool. Then you'll just find like-minded people who want to do it. Set some rules, hold people accountable. Don't let it come in like it's a chit chat. No, we are here to get shit done. Maybe like every week, there's 5 of you, and you spend like, every week you spend 20 minutes in the hot seat and explain your problem, and everyone answers questions, something like that. Just do it really well and you'll be amazing. Ross P, what's the best price throw you recommend? We use SDK. I like it. It does automations. I'm not saying they're like bad. Like, I think it's quite good. It works. I think they're all the same, to be honest. They don't really do anything like, they do a good job. I like automation ones that you can customize. But generally speaking, you just want to simplify this business. Like, you want to try and like spend some time creating your repricing rules, watching what it does, tweaking it, maximizing your ROI. But at the end of the day, let's be clear, like, you make your money when you buy, you don't make it when you sell. The repricer does help, but if you bought at the wrong price, it's not really going to help you very much. But if you bought the right price, your repricer doesn't really matter because you're going to make money regardless. So buying is where you should be focusing your energy on, probably not so much selling. But we use SDK, there's loads of other ones, you can try that. Adita Sharma, I think I'm saying that right, Sharma. I recently got hit by a copyright infringement complaint. The complaints I have, they have copyright. Do they have a payment on the product? What should I do? Could be here. Like, long story short, fasttrackfba.com/tools. Scroll down to the bottom. You'll see a guy called Jeff. He's the guy we use for all our IP complaints. You can look at it on the forums and see what you can do, but he really helps us out. He will charge. Does cost money. But at the end of the day, I just think protecting your account. But you can kind of have a couple of IP complaints is not really a problem. I think we've got like 5 in the UK, 3 in the US right now. We had 18 maybe at one point. But you just want to get them cleared down. So you otherwise you've got to wait 180 days and it will disappear. That's it. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, sorry, let's keep on. Guys, I've got 6 minutes. Ask your questions. I will get through them all, I promise. Thanks for the valuable information. Thank you. Give me a big like, thumbs up. Hit the YouTube thumbs up. Everyone likes a good thumbs up. Do you have any advice on how to get ungated in Lego? Yeah, like if you're in the UK, Harrison's Direct, find any Lego product, buy it, and obviously make sure it's got an ASIN and it's the brand's got Lego. In the US, like e-distribution, that's it. You might have to spend like 250 quid. Top tip for you is, what do we say? Top tip for you is don't bother finding products which you can make a profit on from these distributors. Instead, find products which you can sell and break even on after all the fees. Why? Because you're not trying to make a profit by buying this product from e-distribution or like Harrison's Direct. What you're trying to do is get ungated in these products by doing that, and then you make your profit off buying from your like other retailers or the online sellers. That's where you make the money. Like right now, all you're trying to do is to spend 250 quid, get an invoice to get ungated, and then get your 250 quid back. So you're basically getting ungated for free. And the reason why you're doing that is because, my God, there are a lot of services out there who will charge you £250, $250 to do this for you, but you can do it for free. So stop. And by the way, they'll charge you $250 to buy the product or to tell you what product to buy, which you still won't make any money on. So like it'll be $500 it will cost you. So don't worry about it. So like just buy something, get it sold. That's it. Hope that makes sense. Let me know down below. Be home, smashing the like button. Cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge. Cool. No, do it every week. It's nice to give back. Nice to share. And also I live in Mexico, so don't really get to talk much Amazon arbitrage. Most people are private label. Thank you. Julia, me again. Sorry. Would you recommend reading the 4-Hour Work Week? Yeah, I read it 5 years ago on the flight out to. No, before I went to Thailand. Loved it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I love Tim Ferriss. Really, really good. I do love it. I think it's a great book. There's so many like great books. And again, you talk like someone talked about earlier, like inspiration. Read great books. Immerse yourself in great people who've achieved great shit. Like, what the fuck? If you want to have a great life, just follow people who have great lives and just do what they do. Success leaves clues. Like, well, I was thinking about this today. I was like, success leaves clues. Just do what successful people are doing. And you might be like, oh, well, you can't do it because they're doing it already. Like, no, that's a load of rubbish. Like, you know, you're thinking about selling on Amazon. My God, I wasn't the first Amazon seller. And I know other people doing 8 figures a year, and they weren't the first Amazon seller. They're just copying what other people have done, and they're successful. Like, you don't have to be the first. And even if you are the first, it doesn't mean that you're going to be successful. But what you do is you look at other successful people and you copy them. Just do that. Surround yourself with successful people, copy, and you'll be there. Don't reinvent the wheel. My God, isn't that hard? Right. Jay Clayton. Hi, Tom. Can I engage a category in Amazon using array receipts or doing you need manufacturer, supplier, manufacturer, distributor, or wholesaler. That's something really important. So yeah, you can't do it from OA receipts, unfortunately. Bridget, thank you, Thomas. Cool, Bridget. Glad I could help. David, at what stage timeline would you recommend UK Amazon OA business to apply for credit cards? Credit on that. I smashed the like button. Cool, thank you. 1 second. Physical bar. Just someone is like having a really big conversation outside the door. To apply for business credit cards, I think, look, long story short for me, what I would say is business is profitable, you know what you're doing, and you've got time to invest the money. There's no point getting credit if you're losing money because you're going to scale a problem. There's no point getting credit if your business is you don't have time to spend it. So make sure you're getting enough deals that you've got a surplus of deals. That might be even hiring a VA. It's absolutely fine. So once you're ready, yeah, just do that. Keep scaling. That's all we do. Pillar, hi from Panama. Hell, Panama, great. I'd love to do that. I started selling a year ago. Now I want to convert my account to brand registry and create an LLC, but I want to do it. We don't do brand registry. You're trying to really talk about private label. I'd really recommend probably looking at like a private label group and asking them. And like, if you're an individual, you might be able to convert to an LLC and transfer the account over. That's fine. But yeah, I think my kind of feedback for you would be, I would probably contact or do some research on the Amazon forums first. Like, can I convert my personal into a? You can do it in the UK, but you're trying to do it from one country to another as well. Like in the UK, if you're a personal seller account, you can move it to a limited company selling account. That's fine. But I don't know about like a UK personal account to a USA selling account. Because they're in a different country, you need to probably consult Amazon and just ask, create a seller central support ticket, ask them, see what they say. Like, hi, I want to convert my selling account from here. What's the process to do it? And they'll be like, you can't do it, or you can. Here's how you do it. So that'd be the thing. Guys, I'm pretty much going to end it there. It's now pretty much coming up to on the hour. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's joined, everyone who's asked questions, and obviously hit a big thumbs up. 1 second, MC Platinum, would you be able to do a keeper for a product searching method, i.e. using filters things? I've done videos on this. Just type in, just do like keeper sourcing. It'll be like sourcing 101, or type in my channel, type in keeper. You'll see it. We've done videos on this. I promise you. We've done so many sourcing methods. There's loads of them. But yeah, I've done this. I have. Check out my channel. There's like 700 videos. Sorry. Just type in keeper in the search bar and you'll find it. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. Give me a big thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this. And hey, hit the subscribe button if you want to like see more videos when they come out. Honestly, I do release a lot of videos, 750 odd since we started. And I do these every single week. I will be here next week at that time. So do come back every Monday. And maybe the week after I might not be because I'm in Bansko doing a talk. And then I'll be back for the week after that. And then the week after that, I'm in, I think, Paris. Taking the girlfriend away, London, Paris, and Madrid. She's loving it on points. So that's the thing. So I think, guys, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you. Give it a hit thumbs up button. Come back next week and keep hustling, keep smashing your business. Stay safe, guys. Bye-bye.